Disclaimer before this video starts, I want to say sorry for this awful mic. My older one is broken. I'm going to try and rebuy it, but just for this video, you'll have this shitty mic. Guest is a difficult character to play. You've probably heard that countless times. He's charged, barely knocks anyone back, the infamous block which never gets hit, or the never landing punch. None of those are actual issues with the character, but the player who uses him. Using Guest as my first character wasn't the best idea because you need a great deal of game knowledge, map awareness, careful ability usage, killer predicting, stamina management, and understanding each character's strengths and weaknesses. All of this is necessary if you want to play him efficiently and effectively, which leads to a steep learning curve. I experienced that hard. Look how many losses I have. So I'll teach you how you can avoid this many losses and get to those stinky rich wins. Abilities. Block. The biggest mistake that beginner Guest mains perform is this horror. Never do this. Any player over 24 hours in playtime will never fall for this. Opt for a block in these scenarios. Scenario 1. Looping around a rock or running behind a wall. Block. This technique is the easiest to land out of the other ways, as the killer will want to really kill you after they wasted their time going back and around and around and around and around and around. Since their view is covered up a majority of the time, they probably won't catch you putting up them hands. Bonus points if you can loop them for a while to waste even more time. Scenario 2. Dropping down from a ledge, the killer's vision is now obstructed by your model or the environment. Block. Depends on how good the killer is at the game, because newer players will most likely be disoriented, but good players remain focused. The real advantage of this is that even if the killer does figure out your blocking, the time to react is so short that it doesn't really matter. Height does play a factor for the ease of landing. Smaller jobs are easier to predict than huge jobs. Scenario 3. Get in between a chase. Block. A little disclaimer, this is more of an advanced tech which might be hard to pull off but very rewarding. First step is to line yourself up so the chase is coming towards you. Block when the killer is right about to strike the survivor. You save the fellow teammate while gaining a punch. Scenario 4. If your teammate is in danger, block. Following along the trail of the previous point, if someone is stuck / stunned, go ahead and protect them with a block. One axis entanglement can be a very annoying move to be struck by, but you can utilize this moment to block and punch. Other sentinels can easily mess up their stun too, so helping them out will support the two of you. And talking about support, builder men are usually stuck as well during the animations. You understand what to do next, right? Scenario 5. You see Jason and Cool Kid? Block. Jason and Cool Kid are the only killers to have guaranteed blockable moves. Usually Cool Kid players can't land a Warp Speed Override. This benefits you a lot because they just go off into the horizon. Since they're locked in the animation, run over there and get that free punch, baby, and punch them! Jason's Gashing Rune is a single move in the game to do successive individual hits. All blockable. Run at the end of the animation, aka the kick, and block that. Don't punch straight away because Jason has end invincibility frames. Scenario 6. Once you fake your vulnerability, block. Main ways are to use items, emotes, or do generators, but right before they hit you, you swiftly block to surprise the killer. The more time wait for them to come over, the more likely your block will get hit, and the more time you waste. Congrats! That's the first step. Punch. Now you have to use that tricky little punch. A question you should ask yourself every time you get a punch is, should I use it now or later? I recommend saving the punch for when needed because it's likely you'll miss because of the killer avoiding it. Although, punching the second the block worked stuns the killer for longer, 3.5 seconds instead of 2 seconds. Still, save it because you don't know when you might really need it. But again, it's up to you. Most of the openings to punch are the same as the blocks. Looping, dropping, teammates in danger, the usual stuff. I strongly urge you to also turn on shift lock during the punch for a better chance of stunning. Charge. This ability should be the one you use the most for saving yourself and others. Chased. When being chased, the charging can work wonders. If they're coming up the stairs, position yourself to their side and knock them off. Same can be done by a punch, but not recommended. If down to low / 0 stamina, you quickly charge them. Doesn't do much, but it can prolong the chase for a little longer. Charging when the timer is at 4 seconds will ensure a victory for the killer who will not be able to catch up in time, like Noob Slate Skin. Chasing. Exactly like scenario 3, charging to a chase can remove tension from the chase player, and shorten the time by a few seconds. Another bonus is redirecting the threat onto you. Killer prediction. Honestly, the hardest thing about guest is killer prediction. I can't tell you the amount of times I've blocked because they're about to hit, but go for a mass infection of corrupt energy and delete my health bar. Sometimes I'll block for the killer to miss me doing some weird ballerina moves, bro, like hit me. The issue with killer prediction, you need to have a lot of experience in the game to know what players usually go for. If you don't have a lot of time in the game, you're gonna completely mess up all your timings and get hit very easily. Think simple. That is the best tip for guest. Too many mains of this character spend an unneeded amount of brain power on thinking of every possible strategy while in a chase. Limit your strategizing to a minimum because it will clear your mind and lower stress. Example is this Pro Smash Bros player whose prime strategy was to include only 3 words in his head. Don't get hit. The best guest players replicate his thinking to perform their best. Of course, create some strats, just do not overcomplicate things. Reflection. In the beginning, you will struggle to understand how to properly use his complicated moveset. That's okay. The upwards battle takes time to learn. Enjoy the process. You will get better.